Well. Here we are with the RetroTech 120p challenge once again. And yes, I won last time because I'm that Mac Daddy cool. I can do really badly at a game and still win a challenge. Does that mean everyone's worse than me? Yes, I did really badly. I lost, quite embarrassingly in the American football game, but I still won. Yay! So yes, the RetroTech 120p challenge consists of this. You get basically you get your choice of game. Should you come up in the lucky wheel, then everyone plays it that week. And this week we've got a football game. We've all selected football games, most of us anyway. We're playing the European Cup because of Euro 2020. Ooh, how well are England going to do this week? I'm recording this the day before the Denmark game. I don't know. But I'm not going to choose England. I'm going to be Holland. I tried Germany and England, and I was like, I'm not scoring a lot of goals. And then I did a quick practice run with Holland, and I was like, oh, they're pretty good. So here's a tip. Pick Holland, because they're in a weird formation, and I found it much easier to pass around. We've all got to select the same stuff, so it's all got to be a European tournament. So look at me tentatively teasing you there with the World Cup tournament, but no, I go Europe. And the first game is against Angleterre, those World Cup, Nations League Cup and Euro semi-finalists, and people still say we're crap. Yeah, I don't know what your opinions are of the England football team. You probably, if you're from Scotland, I would imagine you think they're shite. You know what, at some point we've got to say we're not that bad. You know, if we keep getting to semi-finals, even if we lose the game against Denmark, which I think a lot of people are writing off as us getting through to the final already, which is crazy because Denmark have beaten us recently. And this is all going to sound really stupid in about, well, whenever you watch this, if you're watching it this the weekend or beyond, or in 3 or 4 years' time. But yes, the Super SideKicks, we all chose different football games, most of us anyway. Poor old Tony Adams, fake Tony Adams there, getting a card. And I believe it was Anthony, I think, who chose Super SideKicks, which is a good choice. There's me scoring my first goal. Well done you there, Mr. Orangeman. Yeah, so he chose that. Who's this scored? Let's see. This big round face. Looks like Stephen Fry. Offenbach. He leaves, but he's off. Yeah. So yeah, he chose Super SideKicks 3, which I've got some experience with Super SideKicks. I've got I played the Neo Cup 98, which is one of the later ones. But it's a long-running series on the Neo Geo. This particular iteration came out in 1995. What happened in international football in 1995? Not a great deal. It was that we had the Umbro Cup, which was, I believe, like England, Japan, and maybe Sweden, which we didn't win. But then we won the tournoi in 1997. Scored again there. The goalkeeper, I'm presuming David Seaman there, looks despondent. And it's Offenbach again. He's Offenbach with another goal. And there's that joke again. But yes, SideKicks 3 is sort of one in the middle parts of the series. I think obviously the third one. Not surprising anyone there with that statistic. And it was it's quite a unique little game in the fact that you can play, if you so choose, you can go, you know what, I am going to be Vietnam and I'm going to play in the African Cup of Nations. And you can. Why you'd want to do that, and if anyone's ever done that, I'd be surprised. But yes, you can. And I think while we've got England on the screen, I think I should go in early with the animal fact of the week. Or the animal genital fact of the week. Or genital fact of the week, which is the series that I call it. And they are still just about on the screen. I have beaten them 2-0. But yes, the animal fact of the week, and I was wondering how to do this, and the reason I chose England is because not a lot of animals in football generally. You get the old cat run onto a pitch. Oh, here we go, against Wales, so another home nation. But yes, so I went, what can we do? Well, around this time, England had a terrific world-class striker called Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer, who the following year when this came out became the Golden Boot winner. So I thought, Shearer, sheep. So today's genital fact of the week is about sheep. Yeah, it's tenuous. So other than humans and bonobos, sheep are one of the few animals that can pair up in a same-sex relationship for life. Yes, your jumper may come from a gay sheep. Most of you won't have a problem with that. Some of you probably shouldn't really have a problem with that, but it's up to you, I guess, you weirdo. Male sheep's scrotums, certain ones, especially Himalayan sheeps, they can come in 3 varieties. And who wouldn't like multiple varieties of scrotums? I sometimes look at my plain, boring scrotum and go, that could be improved. And how could it be improved? Well, I don't know if necessarily improves it. Well, you can either have a standard scrotum like you and I have. You can have a partially split scrotum, where a testicle nestles gently in the top of each. Or you can have a fully split scrotum. I don't know if the choice is necessarily yours as a sheep, but you could. Penalty. Ooh. So yes, so if you're a sheep, you can have multiple types of scrotums. So let's just wait for this penalty kick before we continue the genital facts. And we've scored it. By the way, I think the person who scores this is called like Van Gogh or something. Let's see. Yes. Did it right. Lost his ear. Can you get sent off for cutting off a man's ear in football? Probably. And the sheep's penis, of course we have to mention that, is kept inside its body for most of the time. So that's probably why, if you've ever turned up a sheep upside down to look at his penis to find out what sex it is, why are you doing that? But also you probably wouldn't find it. It keeps it inside, which is an excuse that I use when people look at my groin and area in my trousers, along with, I usually say, why are you looking at the groin and area in my trousers? So I usually use that, or it's cold. One of the two. Got to kind of excuse the size of my genitals when people look at them. So yeah, that's another game done. There's Odo from Star Trek. Really looks like him. What a freaky looking dude. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but I don't trust him. He has no eyebrows. So yeah, we dispatched Wales as well. And now we've got Ireland. So the British Isles here, taking a right rogering from the Dutch. I know that Ireland aren't part of Britain, but they're on the British Isles, aren't they? So that's still stand. Unfortunately, in this playthrough, I don't get to destroy Northern Ireland. I don't think they're even in the game. And Scotland just keep themselves well out of it. But yes, so that's the end of the general fact. So what can we talk about now? As we've still got a good portion of the game to go. Well, let us talk about the European Championships. So we started to talk about that before, but let us carry on talking about that. So obviously Italy, probably most people's favourites to win because they've played imperiously. They've been incredible so far. Spain, you know what? I wouldn't mind England getting them in the final if England beat Denmark. I really, really wouldn't. I think they've got some real frailties there, and they're very spurnful with their chances. And we've beaten them quite recently as well. So yes, and again, this is all going to sound incredibly dumb. Possibly the day after I record this. I'm literally recording this an hour before the Italy-Spain game kicks off. And, who knows what's going to happen in that game. Italy could have a nightmare. Spain could outplay them off the park and score 10 goals or something. Who knows? But against Italy, I wouldn't be that confident. If England managed to get past Denmark, I reckon that we can beat Spain. But Denmark, I am not in any way, shape or form writing off. They've beaten Wales 4-0. We have not performed very well. Our worst performance, of course, was in the Scotland game. And they are there goes my first credit, by the way. They are a team that, although fairly technical, are more of there's Odo again. more of a physical presence, aren't they? So they're more of a kind of a Premiership team. A lot of their players play, of course, in the Premier League. Historically, Scandinavian countries get on better in the Premier League than they do in certain other countries. And if they're a better Scotland, then we might be in trouble. As I say, if they've beaten Wales 4-0, then they are a team to watch out for. Although I think, although a lot of people were sort of saying how well Wales played, they beat the crappiest team in the tournament, which is Turkey, and got played off the park against Switzerland. Italy only beat 1-0 though, to be fair. So I don't think Wales have been particularly good, if I'm being honest. Not compared to 4 years ago when they were imperious, but it's off and back again. So yes, who do I think is going to ultimately win the whole thing? Italy. I said that right at the beginning of the tournament as well, if you check my Facebook history. I'm no liar. So yes, anyway, what else can I tell you about Neo Geo World Cup? I'm sorry this hasn't been that funny. Obviously I've had the animal genitals out, but not literally. There's a mechanism which I haven't used as yet in this game, which is the chance. I don't know if you've seen that flash up. A couple of other people who've been playing this week, including Sean, have used the chance thing. It's where it goes all first person, or third person rather, behind the character's shoulder, and you shoot. And that is a fascinating use and an incredibly innovative use of the game mechanic. And I'd love to see that replicated in like another arcade style football game. Whether or not FIFA would do it, I doubt it, but you know, I'd like that as an option in Pro Evolution Soccer or something. I think that would be great. It doesn't flash up for them. Oh, look at that last ditch defending there. Heroic, so it is. Yeah, so yeah, and what else to tell you about Neo Geo? Or rather Super SideKicks 3. It features that trusty, you've probably seen it already, the trusty old Pro Evolution Soccer style fake but also close naming convention as to avoid the wagging finger of FIFA and its litigious ways. Not FIFA the game, FIFA the actual football thing. Because I think he's supposed to be Dennis Bergkamp there, as you can see. Bergbaum. But yeah, I take it he didn't fly there. So yeah, it's a flashy game as well. I think for its time, I think there was not a better visually looking football game than the SideKicks series for me. I do like that weird hexagonal pitch though as well. Oh look, I've conceded a goal. That's terrible. It's 2-1. And Stan Sen. I imagine that's supposed to be Steve Staunton from the time. So yeah, it's a really good, solid game. It's a little bit finicky. I think when you get into the box, when you do shots and things like that, the keeper will almost certainly save it initially, unless you've gone at a certain angle. And from what I actually remember, and perhaps I should have done this on a run, and maybe it's a tip for anyone who's yet to play this, is if you run into the box at a certain angle and shoot, it might have been a previous version, so maybe they ironed it out, but I remember you almost got a goal every single time. And maybe I'm mixing up with Football Champ, or maybe Super SideKicks 2, or maybe something else like that, but I'm pretty sure there was it was one of those football games that had a sweet angle where you can shoot. So if someone wants to practice that, they're more than welcome to. I won last week, so I'm not that bothered. I do alright in this. I come up against a very difficult French here. They're very obdurate. I get to use the word obdurate, which is good. As you can see, look, the keeper will constantly make like miracle saves and then fall on his arse repeatedly. Again and again and again, and it's a little bit slow when you switch to another player, so you can't instantly like shoot and then switch to another player who can then pick up the ball and just bang it in. It's an arcade game, they want your money, I suppose. Had some trouble getting this to work because I couldn't find the right Neo Geo BIOS for my Mac for this particular game. So what you're watching this on He's actually, I found it on a web browser and played it on there and just videoed the screen. As you can see, it's still level 4. Poor old Bergkamp there has taken damage. Let's see if I can score the penalty. I didn't. I'm just trying to work out who that keeper is. Bernard Lamar, I seem to remember, was a goalkeeper for France back then. So, yep, he saved that. And it's time to put it in the mixer. It's a very, this is a very attacking performance from me, by the way. This, it's an assault for all the 90 fake minutes on the French goal. So the game itself, it was pretty well regarded. It's got an 82.5% score on Game Rankings, which is an aggregator, and that, you know, that's pretty good. Oh, he must have a really sore face. He keeps saving the ball with his face, that poor fella. That should have been a penalty. But yes, my time is about to come to an end, I'm afraid. I think we're in the red. So yes, that's the end of my challenge right there. Let's have a look at my record. So 4 games, 3-1, goals for 5, goals against 1, goal difference 4. That's not too bad, is it? It will be amongst the mixture, I think, for one of the better performances. Will it win? I doubt it. I think I've given enough secrets away already. So yes, that is Super SideKicks. Please do join the Retro Tech 120p challenge if you can by joining the link down below if you're not one of the members already. It's good fun, I swear. Until the next time, Kiddie Winks. It's coming home. Okay, thanks, bye.